The memoir for this photo is called Plaza, Impressionism in Snow. I decided to go ahead and record the audio today because this is the day that one of the biggest snowstorms that Kansas City Metro and all of Northeast Kansas has had since 2014. So I thought it was appropriate to go ahead and do the audio for this one. The snow photo shoot was during the first significant snowstorm in 2014. This time was a phase where I was feeling pretty content, minus rushing to get $1,000 saved up to file for bankruptcy because of hardball tactics played by Discover Card due to the shrinking budget I faced moving back and even more moving to Kansas City in late 2012. I had started a job with Metropolitan Community College, and at this point it was a job I was starting to like. There was a snow day due to the snowstorm. This was a more challenging photo shoot because of the wind chill causing the camera and iPhone to die. So I had to do this photo shoot in 2 stints. The early part had a burst of thunder snow where the flakes were much bigger. The Plaza district of Kansas City was supposed to resemble some of the more architecturally significant areas like in Spain and Italy. The buildings to the south of the Riverwalk were made of brick. In this photo, the building with the 2 spires is the Locarno, which is an upscale apartment building that mixed the river brick style of river cities in the United States with Italian architecture. My photography perspective was in a unique phase at this point. Since late 2013, I was trying to get my photography to look like different styles of painting. Can you guess what art style this is mimicking? It is Impressionism I was going for here. Even more unique is that I really wanted to see how far I could push the envelope with my digital camera and see if I could get some photo magic that was as amazing as some of the shots I captured with my iPhone exploiting autofocus. I found such a loophole. The sport mode of this camera did something fascinating. The snowflakes looked more like soft, fluffy balls coming down from the sky versus snowflakes. This was perfect for what I wanted to capture. There was something romantic about Impressionism, though it was more of a French artist creation in the 19th century. My brain was in a Parisian romantic mode. I was starting to like the city, the studio apartment I was living in, especially the meditation baths because the bathtub was perfect fit to comfortably meditate and renew in bubble bath water. And water you could get the temperature perfect for such meditation journeys. I was enjoying being single and had made a couple good friends since moving here, which is surprisingly hard for me despite being more extroverted. There will be another photo shoot that you will see that is with my iPhone. From this day on the second photo shoot of that day that had a more realistic yet dreamy Parisian feel to something quintessentially Kansas City. I wanted the photo, despite being taken in color, to seem black and white with the snowflakes becoming the focus to create this dreamy, impressionistic shot. I did speed mode and adjusted the f-stop down a bit, which gave this a grayscale component. Mission accomplished. The photo is the first incredible success with my digital camera to create a photo that looks like an impressionistic painting versus a photograph. I was not sure this was achievable, and to get the zoom right and not make this grainy, it had to be with the digital camera. You can still make out the details of this minute architectural details of the building on the Country Club Plaza. And the south side along Ward Parkway had the buildings that really inspired me. I could not think of a better way to represent this beauty in the way that my mind's eye sees it than with Impressionism versus realism. I am not sure I could even replicate the shot again, which is probably why it is magic, because in the instant of a moment, everything came together to manifest this magic. Later in the year, this was my showcase piece in several successful art shows where I raised money for a book scholarship for veterans, which was a piece that didn't get paid for in the post-9/11 GI Bill. Theoretically, 4 of my best art pieces are still in the Veterans Lounge at the Penn Valley campus at Metropolitan Community College. It was a sacrifice, but I wanted them to have something that brought peace and inspiration in a city that had a lot of violence. That campus was on the edge of a bad area, which I would learn how bad later in the year. One of these sold at an art show, and one of my friends got the second one as a thank you for subleasing my place that I had to leave as a sacrifice to my relationship to my last ex. This photo is definitely in my top 10 favorites. Top 2 of my digital only shots. This photo caught the inspirational yet quiet and serene urban landscape. I enjoyed the full change of seasons, including 2 falls and winters on the plaza. I had many outdoor meditations on a bench along the Riverwalk, many long jogs as the trail leaves the plaza area. Qualified for a semi-pro tennis tournament, but got a concussion in a freak accident on the tennis court in doubles, and only a couple very negative experiences, which is very good luck for me because that has not been the norm in my life. I thank this time for great inspiration that allowed me to contribute to the Kansas City Arts Eco Village, a couple of regional Burning Man events related to Eco Village business, the best fitness and health I had, no illnesses at the time, and one of the few times when I felt a sense of belonging in probably the safest part of Kansas City at this time. This photo is my love letter to the Kansas City Country Club Plaza and 21 months living in a beautiful and inspirational place.